Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to our Case IH farm. Today we are going to be working with the Farmall M-TA because we have some weeds to deal with. Right now, the sprayer is filled with liquid fertilizer, which is cool and all, but we need to have herbicide, which we don't actually have an herbicide tank, I don't believe. I was trying to think of a cool place to put it that would be like so we have seeds and we have liquid. Or is this herbicide? And I'm just a... Do I have two of those? That's liquid fertilizer and... Sorry, I should have had this figured out before I clicked play. I thought I already knew what I was doing, but we clearly make a mistake. Oh, that's solid fertilizer. I see. So we could build an herbicide tank. I feel like that makes sense since we're going to have weeds occasionally. I think we have enough room to put one back here, so let's go ahead and do that. We want... I guess it's a silo? Herbicide tank, there we go. And maybe we spin it like so. And then we tell it we want to buy, let's maybe go with 2,000 liters for now. And while I'm here, let's go ahead and Shift P, do a little bit of this here. Just make it look a little more lived in, you know? We've been driving up here, getting stuff for a little while now. Shouldn't look too perfect. How about, don't we have, I don't really want to do animal mud. Maybe a little bit of this dry grass in through here. Makes sense too. I don't want that sticking up like meadow grass, you know? It should look tramped down like we drive over it all the time. Don't tell me. Does this have like a thing that needs to be opened, maybe? There we go. What? Alright. Beautiful. Oh, it carries 1,000 at a time. Okay. We'll see how that does for us. So we need to do these two fields here. As you can see, they are very weeded. Go ahead and hop out and take a look at the stats. They have, weeds are listed as a medium level. They're 50% fertilized, so we also should run liquid fertilizer on them. But they grow over the winter, so we have a lot of time. Go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna do my level best to get this. I mean, you can see where it's brown compared to the weeds being white, but I'm not gonna lose sleep if I miss a couple weeds here or there. It's just all part of the deal. So you guys may have noticed that I ran a few finishing the job videos on the channel. Just for one thing, I wanted to get I finished the corn harvest off recording, and we have tons of chaff in the silo now, which is great. Should keep the cows happy for a while. And then I did a finishing the job for the soybean field. So we've got a silo full of corn and soybeans. So we'll be watching for, I think it's December that both of them are pretty high. So we'll run a couple loads. We'll do some selling to help the bank account. We've been spending pretty much constantly through this series. So we'll work on making a little bit of our money back with both grain as well as, of course, milk. That's our primary cash crop there. Or does that count? I guess it's a product. It's a commodity, not a crop. But we want to get both of these fields done. I'll check the recording time, but at very least I will try to get this field done on recording and maybe do the other one off. But there's always plenty to do. I really like this M. It drive's really nice. It feels like the perfect size for this job. So I'm actually gonna turn it off here, do a little turn so we can get going properly here. And then if I can swing it, I'm going to do one of those. Appreciate everybody checking out the video. Appreciate everybody that's been checking out the channel and supporting the farm. I think we're really in a good spot now. We've got I think I might have one more load of beef cows to get rid of, but then next month we should have our offspring, or is it 2 months? Let me look. Oops. No, not that. Dang it. Sorry about that. I wanted to come check it. This. Yeah, we have 2 more beef cows to get rid of. And then, yeah, see, they're super close. Okay. Once they have their offspring, which will be 20 calves, I'm going to take them over to that arched cow shed. And then once these ones have their offspring, gosh, that's gonna be a lot. I may have to sell off some cows. We'll see. We'll see if we have space. We should have feed for all of them, but we'll see about space. Then eventually we'll get to the point that we don't really have reproduction space anymore. We'll grow some of the heifers. We'll rotate through, is basically what I mean. We'll sell the oldest cows and we'll keep the first generation of heifers, and so on. We'll just keep refreshing. When the young ones get old enough to milk, we'll get rid of that many older ones. So we'll start making money off of animal sales then as well. And obviously we'll upgrade the trailer because right now we're just rocking the two at a time little cattle trailer, but we'll get a proper livestock trailer. I am planning, I haven't really talked much about this yet, but I am planning on getting a semi for the farm. I know we're right at that size that a semi probably realistically would be overkill, but I have one in mind that fits the theme of the farm, and I don't think people will think that it's overkill. I mean, when you're hauling 20 cows at a time, or a massive load of bales, or equipment, you know, if I end up buying another combine or something and need a low loader to go pick it up, I mean, suspension of disbelief a little bit, right? Because we're buying stuff that's like a quarter mile away. But if we want to, say, pretend that we're driving a couple 100 miles to go pick up equipment at a sale or something like that, I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility for a farm of this size to have a semi. It just probably, well, the word that I used is overkill, and I think that's the right word. I don't know why I struggle to make that turn sometimes. Just turn. Like, hit the button. I'm pressing the button, but it like doesn't turn back. So I really like this working width of this sprayer for this farm. Real nice size. Looks like we're going to be right about 500, maybe 450 in terms of usage. So I'm thinking, because that field over there's a little bit smaller, should be perfect. We should be able to get both of these done with 1,000 liters. I'd like to see that. After this is complete, I'll probably check in on cattle feed, and then we'll be able to go ahead and advance to November and get some other jobs done. I know I had talked about doing another load of hay in our grass field for this season. I might still do that, and in fact I might just do it off recording since I've done a lot of that already for the playthrough. We'll see how that feels. This thing runs so nice. The modder that did this tractor also did the 460 and the small case plow. I forget his name. It's like Adams Kong, I think. Great products. I like them all. Honestly, they're perfect. I've spent years wanting to be able to do a playthrough like this, using more reliable mods. Like on FS19, I had a playthrough like this called Save the Farm. I had an old, I believe it was a 706 narrow front end and a few other similar tractors, but I didn't quite have the depth that we're able to do on this one here. I've really enjoyed it. I think they did a superb job with a bunch of these mods, and honestly most of them are from the mod hub. I didn't have to go do a bunch of crazy third-party sites to get this stuff. I'm always leery about using third-party sites to begin with. You never know what kind of Trojan horse you're going to get from some of these people. But I've really enjoyed putting this save together. It was the first mod? No, second modded save I did. The first modded save I did first one after Elm Creek that I did on this FS22 was on Hobo's Hollow map, and I made a couple videos. You can find them way back at the beginning of the channel, and they were left a little bit to be desired, I would say. And so I had some problems. The vision that I had for that farm did not pan out at all, so happens. Many of you guys that play the game already know that. You already know. So we're moving along nicely. Oh, look at that. What did I say? Between 450 and 500. We were at 465 when we started on this field. Oh, I don't need to do this part because we just we plowed it. So we will use even less than I thought. Alright, we'll get this zap done real quick. What I should do when I'm done with this is unload those hay bales that have been stuck on that wagon in the barn for months. I think were those the end of last year? Those been in there for an entire year? Potentially. They've been in there a while. I think that load was from across the road where we put the cornfield in. So in the time that they've been sitting on that wagon, I plowed, planted, fertilized, unharvested an entire corn crop over there. Feels like one of those chores your wife gives you to do that you know won't take very long, but you just can't be bothered to do it. Just get it over with. Free up the wagon so you can do another load of hay. And then that other load of hay you'll have to empty. But we have a fair bit of hay on hand, and even making TMR as much as we're going to be making over the winter months, I think we'll be okay. He said, hopefully. One thing I'm concerned about is I don't really want to get a bigger TMR mixer because I think it'll be hard to get down into those fields. But we're going to be making a lot of batches with that little thing. If we get upwards of 100 cattle or more, because right now we have 40, they're going to double to 80, and those 80 are going to double to 160 if we don't sort something out. I probably should have done 25. I should have done 25 to 50, then 50 to 100, then thin out from the 100. Oh well. Live and learn. We can always sell them, right? If it is too overwhelming, we can always just sell some. We may end up doing that soon. But reproduction is a big part of this kind of business model, right? Not just about selling milk. We sell calves as well. And I might be underestimating how long it actually takes for them to procreate. I might be forgetting how long that is. So here's the question. Do I come down that outside for 5 feet? I don't think I do. I think I'll just call it good. If it was my farm in real life, I would probably find a way to spray it, but in the game it's going to be such a negligible amount, I don't think I'll bother. Alright, Love getting a nice tidy job done. Gonna help out the crop to not have that weed penalty. And looking forward to getting those done in the spring. Put this bad boy back in here. What a perfect size job for this. Oh, look at that backing up. Oh, I jinxed myself. It was going so well. I think I'll call that good enough. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for checking out the episode. My name is Bluebelly. This is Bluebelly Farms, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.